Okay, back with you once again here. Hang on for another live stream here, only on this particular channel. Now, the topics I'm going to discuss today, I think GM, credit card debt, and something else as well. Let me just get to it here. All right, let me just come and get to this here. Okay, just give me some room here. Just come here. I'm just going to lay it down here. Okay, I think I know. Credit card debt, General Motors, and the Gap. Now, the first one I'm going to talk about today is credit card debt. Now, I've just looked in the news recently, and a lot of people are using their credit cards to live. And that's one of the main reasons why they're going into debt, to just going into credit card debt, because they're living off their credit cards, or basically just buying things they don't need. And that's common for most people who basically are unemployed, or maybe are on some sort of government assistance. So as you know, the government can only pay so much. Then, like say, unemployment benefits and other things. But at some point, UI, or EI as they call it, will run out, because it depends on how much money you put into it as in your working life. And people oftentimes run out of unemployment. So as a result, they end up using their credit cards to pay for food and they buy clothes and all that. And they run into bigger and bigger debt. So that's not a good thing as well. And there's this undercurrent story of younger people such as millennials and Gen Zers. They are using their credit cards running into debt as well. So I think that's the bulk of their stress. They're not only dealing with credit card debt, they're also dealing with some of them are dealing with the possibility they're not going to be able to not be able to get jobs as well that they want. That is, because they have to do these jobs and then stay there for I don't know how long. So, and just to show they have some work experience. But I say Gen Zers are looking for more than something, just a job, looking for a workplace that will fit their needs. And what does that have to do with credit card debt? Well, they're working in jobs they don't really like, or companies they don't like, and they have to just stay there just to pay their bills off. Well, when knowing very well they're not moving forward with their lives, because they have to take on this huge amount of debt that's taking place. And credit card debt is one of their debts. But that's probably a different story in itself. But credit card debt is becoming a problem within most Canadians and Americans as well. So they have to take other jobs, just pay off their debt. And that's a problem in itself. Depending on the bank they're with, most people are with, they have to pay maybe 9% and 10% interest, or if the credit cards carry a lot of weight, probably 15, 19, 20% interest. It's not the monthly cost that kills a lot of people when it comes to conquering credit card debt. It's the interest rates that get added on once the card is used. So it's a big problem in itself. And it's going to take a little bit of resolution for them to for most Canadians and Americans to pay down their debts. So that's the first story I wanted to say. Now let's get on to General Motors. Now, as you know, GM is offering a buyout to most Americans, most vehicles. I don't know why this is, but they're offering a buyout of their vehicles to their workers, that is. I think they see it as a plan to cut costs over the next 2 years. This is according to some sources, to the CEO of General Motors, Mary Barra. They're trying to save money, as much money as they can. Now, they have to use the money to not just hire new employees and to keep the old ones, but also for innovation. Because General Motors, as I've seen, they're electrifying most of their vehicles, and some of their trucks, maybe Chevy, GMC trucks, are going to be electrified. In fact, some of them are already electrified, as I see it. So, yeah, they have to save some money along the way, and basically just buy out some of their employees. Because, I mean, making cars and innovation, that costs money. And they have to save some money on that and hire new staff members in order to innovate different vehicles. So that's cost in itself for General Motors. Now, last but finally, before I reach the 10-minute mark, I'm going to talk about the Gap. Now, as you know, the Gap has been struggling a little bit, and maybe due to the COVID, which I don't think they have fully recovered from, or their sales have somewhat tanked a little bit. And that's the bulk of it in itself. Sales, slow sales. It's always a doom for most retailers, and the Gap Inc. is no exception. Now, I wonder how their other businesses, such as Banana Republic and Old Navy, are doing. And this other one, that's, I forgot the name of it. The fourth one. I think it deals with probably with maybe men's, women's clothing, I don't know, or athletic wear. But yeah, the Gap has been struggling. And if they don't get their problems taken care of, there are going to be some layoffs among their employees. So the Gap has been struggling. So there you have it. We spoke about credit card debt, General Motors, and the Gap. And that's pretty much all I have for this live stream.